Thursday, July 21st, and especially early in the morning, the weather is just amazing. So I get one of my dogs and I take them out for a really long walk and try to get some steps in. I try to do that most days while it is summer. So just an amazing morning, and my black coffee is ready to go. So I've just been working really, really hard, and I think in all areas of my life, honestly. So working hard with my training, with my cardio, with my weights, hitting my nutrition 100%. And then I am in 2 college programs at the moment. So I'm trying to knock out studying at the same time as I'm training for this competition before I go back to work full time in the fall, because I work at an elementary school, and taking care of my family and my kids and the house and all the things. So, you know, when you're a mom and you're a wife and you're an athlete, you are juggling a lot, and sometimes it can get a bit overwhelming. So there's a lot of stuff that I try to do for self-care, because I really do believe that self-care is so important, and especially as moms and wives and athletes, the mental health component when you are juggling so much at one time is really, really important. So later this morning, I am going to go see my counselor, and I see my counselor once a month, and he is a sports psychologist too. So not only is he diving more into kind of like my personal life, but he's also very good at coaching and counseling me on the athlete side of things and how I'm managing all of that, and competition and expectations and training. So he's kind of hitting, you know, multiple realms of my life, which I really appreciate. So, you know, being able to talk through things and manage things with him has been very, very, very helpful. So I think that everybody should see a counselor, to be honest. Mental health is so important to me. I have 2 people very, very close to me in my life that have dealt or are currently dealing with mental health issues. Actually, these leggings that I'm wearing are from Vital Apparel, and that's one company that I am an ambassador for, and they donate a proceed to studying mental health. So that's why it's important to me that if I'm teaming up or representing anybody, that they are going for a greater cause. And Vital Apparel, it's their mental health component. So I do kind of want to hit on a couple of other things. I had mentioned that yesterday I was going to see my counselor, and bodybuilding for me has been a very transformational experience as far as really dealing with a lot of my internal battles with myself. There's just so much discipline that has to be put into this sport, where you really kind of start to discover who you really are, if that makes sense. So I have had moments of weakness for sure, where I just kind of question, like, why am I dealing with this right now, kind of moments. And seeing a counselor has really helped me deal with a lot of those negative feelings about myself. And it's just been a whole process of really discovering who I am and my true identity and what I have to offer, and accepting of myself. And we just live in a world, in a culture that feeling emotions and having self-discovery and moments of weakness are kind of frowned upon. And I think that needs to change, and I think it is changing, but for the most part, it's just been a really slow process, right? And like I said yesterday, I really think that everybody, if they can afford and have the time, should see a counselor to work through things, because we've been so normalized to push all of our emotions and our trauma and things that we've dealt with aside, and that's not healthy, and that's not normal. And this is just my opinion on everything. So and a lot of things that have happened to me in my past that I have just pushed aside and stuffed aside through bodybuilding, they've kind of risen to the surface. Maybe it's the vulnerability of the sport, or the discipline, or those moments of feeling very isolated, because bodybuilding is a very isolated sport where you do feel alone sometimes. Through all of that, like, stuff that I have stuffed down has started to rise to the surface. And I mean, we're talking like 20 plus years of stuff that I've just stuffed down and stuffed aside and haven't really dealt with. So emotions are healthy. Emotions are things that we do need to feel, we need to address, we need to recognize in order to heal, right? And I just think that's so important, and especially as women, that no matter what we've gone through, no matter what we're dealing with, no matter what our current circumstances are, the world, the fast-paced world that we're living in, we need to recognize the emotions that we're feeling each and every day, and know that it is an ongoing process, and time makes things better, but you still have to address those underlying issues and trauma and past experiences in your life if you haven't already. And I'm just so grateful for this sport, because it has allowed me to work through things that I've pushed aside for so many years and just tried to ignore and try to get over it. So it has been a blessing, digging very deep into myself through all of this bodybuilding. So just want to encourage you today.